All right, on page 101, we have try it number 6. And I have a board here to kind of show you how this works. Letter A says C harmonic minor. So we start with C harmonic minor. We have the C scale that we don't know if it's major or minor yet, but we have every note from C to C. C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. That's how you write a scale. Now we know that C has no sharps and flats in its major form. So no sharps and flats, that's C major in its major form. They want us to do C harmonic minor. Now we're starting with the major scale. So what do we do to create the C harmonic minor? Well, we know we have to lower the third and the sixth pitch of the scale to create the harmonic minor. If it was a natural minor, we would lower 3, we would lower 6, and we would lower 7. But because it's harmonic minor, we're only going to lower the third and the sixth, keeping 7th as a raised 7th as T. So to make this a harmonic minor, we lower 3 by a half step. E becomes E flat. I don't know if you can see that there. And then 6, which is A, also becomes a flat, becomes A flat. So now our harmonic scale sounds like this. If we were to use solfege syllables, we'd have do, and I just put D for do. R for re. This is me, may, because it's me lowered a half step. We lowered it, we put a flat in front of it. So that's me. We then have fa, sol, lay, le. Then we have T and do, our C harmonic minor. Okay, next they're asking us to do in letter B, B flat melodic minor. Now I put the B scale of some sorts up here. All the letters between B and B, and then back down, because melodic goes up and it comes down. So B flat melodic minor. So let's start with B flat major. Now we know in B flat major there are 2 flats, B flat and E flat. So we've created B flat and E flat, also the B flat up here, and the E flat down here. All right, so we know that all our B's and E's are flat. This is now the B flat major scale, and it sounds like this. Now they want B flat melodic minor. Okay, so we have the major form. Now to make it melodic minor, we're going to lower, of course, lower the third a half step. We do that for every minor scale no matter what it is. So let's lower the third. In this case, it would be B flat, C, D. D is going to be lowered. It's become D flat. Okay, D is now D flat. So I have B flat, C, D flat. Do, re, mi. That's for every minor scale. Now the melodic minor, ascending, you have to raise. If you had a minor scale, you would raise the 6th and 7th. They have to stay La and T. Now in this case, they're already raised because they're a part of the major scale. So we don't do anything to them. We leave them alone. That's the melodic minor. The melodic minor ascending only has a lowered flatted third. Mi becomes me. Now descending is different. You have to lower the 6th and the 7th along with the third. So the 6th and the 7th, you don't count from the top. You count from the bottom. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. G. Lower that a half step to become G flat. Lower the A a half step to become A flat. So now it sounds like this. Sorry, I forgot to put that D flat in there. That's always flat. It's me. So here's again. Melodic minor ascending, now descending. There you go. Okay, and finally, to close the chapter, on page 105, modes. Now there are some pieces that don't fit into a major or minor pattern. For instance, green sleeves, example 5.16. On page 105 here, page 105, example 5.16, we have the piece green sleeves, or what child is this? And the key signature has 1 sharp, which is F sharp. So our options that we think are G major, because F sharp, half step up is the key of G. That's our major key. Let's find the relative minor for another option. Go up 6 steps. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la. We get E, so E minor is our relative minor. we're either in G major or E minor, so we think. But if you look at this, it begins and ends on A. It's almost like an A scale, but it has an F sharp. That doesn't fit into anything we've done so far. That's not major, that's not natural minor, that's not harmonic minor, that's not melodic minor. What is it? Well, it's a mode. It's called the Dorian mode. Modes are scales that have been used in the past, for instance, ancient Greece, the Renaissance. Now, we don't have the exact same sound that they had because we have a different tempered instrument, but we get the idea. Modes. There are 7 different modes. Let me play Greensleeves a little bit so you can hear the Dorian mode. That's a beautiful piece. It's a mode, Dorian mode. It's not major, it's not minor, it's modal. Now if you go to the next, flip 2 pages to page 107, which is just 1 page flipped for you, 2 sides. Page 107, example 5.19, we have 6 of the modes here. We have Ionian, Dorian, Phrygian, Lydian, Mixolydian, and Aeolian. There's one more, the Locrian, and that's on the next following page. But the names for these, for instance, here's how you can tell what the modes are. We use the white key scales as our basis. For instance, from C to C, using only white keys, creates the Ionian mode. We better know that as a major scale. Every major scale is actually a mode, the Ionian mode. We call it major scale, but it's also the Ionian mode. So from C to C, using only white keys, that's the Ionian mode. The half steps, as you notice, fall between 3 and 4 and 7 and 8. Or if we go to the Dorian mode, D to D. If you pick any D on the keyboard, go up to the next D, use only white keys. That creates the Dorian mode. The half steps fall between 2 and 3 and 6 and 7. So you can transfer that anywhere you want. For instance, the Dorian mode for Greensleeves was based on A. The half step still fell between 2 and 3 and 6 and 7. That's why we had the F sharp. So Dorian mode, D to D, all white keys, that's your pattern for a Dorian mode. If you start on E and go up to the next E, using only white keys, you will create the pattern for a Phrygian mode. Half steps fall between 1 and 2, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. 1 and 2, 5 and 6. That creates the Phrygian mode. If you want to remember the pattern for a Lydian mode, you start on F, go up to the next F, use only white keys, you've created the Lydian mode. It's very close to major, except for it has the raised 4th. Then you can see the Mixolydian is from G to G, and the Aeolian, which is from A to A. Now the Aeolian is what we know as the natural minor. All natural minor scales are also Aeolian modes. That's something you can remember. Now, if you find a way to remember this that works best for you, that'd be a good way to remember them. You can create a mnemonic, such as using the first letter of each mode to create a different word. I don't pick little muffins annually. Okay, I stands for Ionian, don't stands for Dorian, pick stands for Phrygian, just something like that. So any way that you can think of to remember them, be best. Now go to page 109, and they tell you a little bit about the Locrian mode, which is B to B. That's on page 109, that paragraph at the bottom. The bold word Locrian. B to B creates the Locrian mode. Okay, you can read over spelling modal scales under key concepts. You can try it under try it number 8. Check your answers in the back of the book. At the page 110, we have a Did You Know? It's an interesting section. You can read it, see what you think about it. And that would conclude our study for now on minor scales and diatonic